I'm out here at King Supers, at the King Supers at Federal and Bellevue, here with Aditi Desai from Food Bank of the Rockies. Aditi, we're of course talking about our 9Cares Colorado Shares annual holiday drive, where we're trying to raise collectively here across the King Supers, across the Front Range, about $500,000, including at this individual store $4,500 for the upcoming holiday season. Aditi, could you put into context how much each dollar goes, how many people that feeds, and how important, of course, this overall project is?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, every dollar donated to Food Bank of the Rockies helps us distribute enough food for 3 meals. And we're seeing inflation at a 40-year high, so everything is costing families more to purchase at the grocery store. And the need has not been this high in quite some time. At some of our mobile pantry food distributions, we're actually seeing double the number of people coming to those. It's even more than during the height of COVID.
Wow, so that number has really increased over the past year. Do you attribute that, based on what you've seen, is that food costs, is that inflation? What exactly is driving that increased need?
Yeah, a lot of the families that I'm meeting at the food distributions, they're working. I mean, they're getting a paycheck, but their paychecks can only go so far. They're seeing such a high increase to pay for staples like potatoes, corn, any of that kind of food that they want to put on the table is more expensive right now. And so between paychecks, or to stretch their paychecks further, they're coming out to food distributions right now, especially around the holidays.
I will say, though, that on a positive side, it strikes me as very, your dollar goes pretty far. If $1 feeds or leads 3 different meals, how are you guys able to get such a, I suppose, good return on investment like that?
So Food Bank of the Rockies has a lot of partnerships, with stores, even like King Supers. We have a grocery rescue program, so we get donated food through that. We work with the government and get government commodity foods. A lot of larger agricultural partners and manufacturers donate product to us, and then we can also buy at scale because we're buying so much food. And so your dollar goes really far with us because of our partnerships as well as the scale at which we're purchasing.
It's striking just how that demand you mentioned is particularly high right now, but this Food Bank of the Rockies serves, could you explain to me exactly which communities you're serving here when you're talking about Food Bank of the Rockies?
Yeah, Food Bank of the Rockies is actually the largest Feeding America food bank in terms of service area in the contiguous 48. So we serve roughly half of Colorado and all of Wyoming. And for us to be able to do that, we're really working with a huge network of hunger relief partners. We have 800 plus hunger relief partners through whom we support and distribute food into communities that we ourselves might not be able to reach because they're further afield.
That strikes me as a huge undertaking. I mean, I'm sure fuel costs are factoring in for you guys as well, right? Because if you're covering a wider network, wider geography, that means more distance to travel, right?
Absolutely. So a lot of the same impacts that consumers are seeing in the grocery store, we're seeing in the food bank. So for example, potatoes, we're paying 71% more, and a lot of that is attributed to fuel and freight, as well as just supply chain issues and then the demand. And so anything that the consumer is facing personally, the food bank is also facing right now. We're spending over $1.3 million each month to purchase food. That's triple what we were spending in 2019.
Have donations come up as a result of that, and maybe the increased, again, maybe getting the word out there that there's increased need, is that driving up donations as well?
Yeah, I mean, like fundraisers like 9Cares Colorado Shares, working with King Supers, working with 9 News is hugely beneficial at a time like this because the need is so high. And we're also seeing community members really step up and support hunger relief in ways that we haven't seen before. It's truly inspiring.
That's great to see and great to hear. Any final thoughts about what you guys are doing and how the 9Cares Colorado Shares event is helping out this holiday season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the things that when people think about food banks that they don't realize is that we try really hard to distribute food that's nourishing and nutritious. And so I don't know if it's helpful, but like we do upwards of 1/3 of the food we do is actually fresh. So we have like organic lettuce that came out of the fridge today, celery, squash, potatoes, zucchini. And so we're really trying not just to distribute enough food to meet the need, we're trying to distribute food that people actually want to eat with their loved ones and share, around the holidays and any day of the year, really.
It's also an excellent mission, and Aditi Desai, we really appreciate the minutes of your time and sharing part of your mission and what you guys do here. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity. We really appreciate 9 News, King Soopers, as well as Belco Credit Union for supporting this drive.
And I'll say we appreciate you and the efforts that you guys are undertaking here during this holiday season, so thanks again.
Thank you.